Greetings, my name is Jen Hirsch. I'm one of the corrective exercise specialists here at Crossroads Chiropractic and Wellness. I don't know why I always feel like I have to do some kind of intro. You guys know this from the slide right on there. But just in case you didn't read it, that's who I am. Today I'm actually making a video for some of my more advanced clients in corrective exercise. So in corrective exercise, we're going through and we're building skill sets, right? We're building strength in underactive tissue, we're releasing overactive tissue. So this particular set of protocol is for my clients who've been with me for a while. So just know that I've layered people into this. So if you're new into fitness or if you're new into corrective exercise, this could be easy for you, this could be too hard. Just know that this has been essentially evaluated by me for my clients and then designed for them as well. Tools that you will need: small dumbbells and or water bottles, some sort of band here, right? And then also your foam roller, right? I try to mix all these things to where we use them multiple ways so you don't have to have much different tools, right? You will see me occasionally looking down to check my notes because I've written so many different protocols over the years. I'm like, which one am I doing again, right? I will also do this quickly for the sake of the video because I don't want you guys having to scroll through 20 minutes of talk in order to see the protocol. But part of this is going to be done face down. So when I'm looking up and talking a lot and sounding a little bit like Charlie Brown's teacher, just know that I'm doing it more quickly than you would want to do on your own, just to save time. All right. So the first one is what I like to call basically my floor presses. These are based a little bit actually off of one of Dr. Andrew Locke's protocols that I've been using for my clients for a while now. And I will link the other doctors that I pulled protocol from. I will link their websites in the bio as well. Now, with this, it's a matter of stabilizing through transition, but also stabilizing with activation, right? So the most important thing through most of these exercises is going to be that neutral pelvis anytime, right? Rib cage over hip bone. We're not cinching down in any particular way, but we want to make sure we're fairly neutral. So when you're on your stomach, you're going to be like so, right? And I'm going to have, I got to play with my ankles a little bit here. We're going to have our dumbbells. And I'm going to start, there's 3 positions we're working with here, right? So I don't want to be fully arched up right now, but I also don't want to be face planted down necessarily. I want nice neutral rib cage. So this is the first position, this is the second position, this is the third position. And we're going to work through those transitions. What I'm doing is I'm making sure my pelvis is neutral, even though I'm face down with a little bit of a glute squeeze. So I'm doing 5 pulses of that mid back, keeping it in the air, transitioning to this T, 5 pulses of that mid back. And then making this Y, 5 pulses of that mid back as well. That's gonna be the first part. Now, since this is a daily mobility routine, I'm only gonna roll through this maybe once, maybe twice, 5 to 10 pulses per position. This is just something I do in the morning to kind of treat my whole day like a workout. So with our mobility routines, we're basically looking at your entire workday. You could use this as a workout warm-up or just do it in the morning to help with postures while at work. Now, the second one we're gonna work on, I love transitional exercises and especially core transitional exercises. So planks, gotta love planks, right? Traditional side plank, right? You could be here, you could be here. I'm not a big fan of on the wrist ones because a lot of times, especially my clients, are working at a desk a lot and that wrist already takes a lot of pressure. So we don't need to add to it. So traditional side plank, I'm a nice neutral core, right? You could be here. If you don't mind the ankle pressure, you're here, right? So take 5 nice deep breaths with that neutral core. I'm doing a slight glute squeeze. I'm going to transition to this plank position here. Once again, nice neutral core, taking 5 breaths, and then transitioning again here. Nice neutral core, take 5 breaths, right? The point of the breathing is to build the rib stability while you're also going through and bracing your core. Now for the next one, we're going to work on isometric work with your dead bugs. This is where your band comes in handy. Now the band is in order to help me get that front oblique control. This is the only exercise I'm going to have you do today where you actually are pressing the small of your back into the ground. So what that's going to look like, I'm here, right? Arms are up, I'm engaging the front of my core here so I feel this in the front of my obliques. Now traditionally your dead bugs would be, this business, right? But a lot of my clients, there's issues through the SI joint that makes that painful actually. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to use one leg down, one leg out at 90 degrees, and I'm going to hold, control down, control back up. So what we're doing is we're working the isometric, eccentric, concentric. Now while I'm doing that, breath, right? So if I'm here, core is braced, forcing the small of my back down. I'm going to inhale as I go down, not let the small of the back come off the ground. Exhale, pull back up to here, and then hold. Just doing a few of those on each side, working, essentially that lower core, the eccentric action, working on hip stabilization. The next one, we're going to go back to our neutral pelvis. You're going to need your band-aid and roller, right? I like this because a lot of clients, especially with anterior pelvic tilts, we're struggling with that oblique connection. These last two actually I designed, so credit me. We're going to go through, squeeze the roller, right? Band is here. I want to get a little bit of that adductor or that inner leg activation, right? I want to make sure that as I'm bridging up, this line is not breaking, right? Now, your range of motion there, wherever you don't feel it in your low back, okay? So that will come with time. I want to get that little bit of adductor activation. I'm starting with a glute squeeze to push me off the floor, but then I want to feel my legs extend in order to push the floor away and then control it back down without this hip line breaking. If you are not able to do that, then go back to your basic mobility videos of your regular bridge without these additional elements. So then I'm here, adductor squeeze, right? Nice little hold at the top to make sure we're feeling glutes and core evenly. Glutes, core, hamstrings, even activation. Control it back down, making sure that rib cage line doesn't break through that range of motion. Then the last one, a lot of my clients are having issues with communication through basically this arm to this leg, essentially. So swimmers. Now you don't want to feel these in your neck, you don't want to feel them in your low back. What I'm thinking about here is I'm thinking about neutral pelvis again, and I'm squeezing my lat and squeezing my glute. Squeezing my lat, squeezing my glute. So I'm not really arching my back per se, right? Just squeeze for activation, squeeze for activation. Making sure that we're going through and keeping those lines strong throughout the day. So hopefully this helps. Even if you're not one of my corrective exercise clients and you want to give it a shot, awesome. Comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, whatever you need, and just let me know.